Buongiorno, everyone. This is the sixth panel on technology and democracy. I hope it will be very futuristic, but also realistic. We do not have any government representatives on this panel. We have a lot of people with company background, activists, and from the academia. And I think it's the right place to have this panel because Rome is the city of democracy and technology, and I'm referring to ancient times, and I'm referring to the perfection of the dome of the Pantheon. And we will be looking for such a perfect solution for our problems with democratic regimes. I will just briefly mention things that were already said and are truism, that representative democracy is in decline, turnouts are falling down, party membership falling down, quantity-wise democracy has prevailed, and guru of political thought has even announced the end of history. But quality-wise, we think there is a lot to be done to reinvigorate democracy, to make it better, and to make people happier. So we will be looking for the right platforms, how to employ technology. Technology is pretty much advanced. Our life, everyday life has changed, but not the way we are governed democratically. Some people even compare the lagging behind of democratic government to the level of steam engine. In this digital age, our democracy are lagging very much behind. Dion McCurdy comes from a place as far as Australia, and he has founded a NewVote, which is some holistic platform that addresses a lot of, but he'll tell us more, a lot of needs for public engagement. Otherwise, he is a lawyer turned activist. Dion, let's hear about NewVote.
Right. Thank you, Daniela, for the question. And I'd like to thank the people and government of Rome for hosting the forum, and I'd like to thank the forum for allowing me to speak. I'm going to take a slight detour from the question, just for a moment. As I am the only Australian here, and perhaps the only Australian to speak at the forum, I would like to say Australia is a democratic innovation powerhouse. It was the first country to use the secret ballot. We invented it. It was once called the Australian ballot. Yes, right. We are the first nation that brought ourselves into being using the secret ballot. We started introducing full universal suffrage in our states from 1895 to 1923. And in the Commonwealth level, it was universal at 1902, which I believe is something like 74 years before Switzerland. We use compulsory voting in Australia. We have about 90% of our citizens vote at every election. There's a small fine if you don't vote. You only have to go to the polling place and sign your name. You don't actually they don't watch you vote, so you can always spoil your ballot if you wish. We have Saturday elections, and we have optional preferential voting. So Australia has a strong history of innovation. I'd like to tell you, I've come to the forum 2 years ago, and I didn't know a single person here. I didn't know what to expect, and I was amazed to find my people. This is an incredible group of people who are all trying to make democracy more democratic, and it was an absolute pleasure to share my ideas here, to take the criticisms that they had, to learn from great erudite minds, and to be inspired as well. So I'm very honoured 2 years later to come here and share my work with you, very humbled and very honoured. So firstly, who here has a smartphone? Hands up. All right, now grab your smartphone and pull it out of your pocket and raise it in the air, please. I'll give you a second. I want everyone in the room to do this. Pull it out of your bags, pull it out of your pockets. I want to see your smartphones. This is the Forum of Digital Democracy. 2 years ago, it was, as Stefan Klaus was saying last night at the Swiss Embassy, something a bit exotic, and this year it is centre place. And I think that is very exciting, and I am excited to be part of it. With your phone, I would like you to type in the words in your search browser, NewVote. That is N-E-W-V-O-T-E. I'll give you a moment to do that. I'm serious. This is an interaction. I want you to please use your phone right now and type in NewVote. N-E-W-V-O-T-E. I'll give you a moment.
Okay, very interactive.
So you should find that NewVote is the first result on Google. So click on that result. It will be newvote.org.au. Okay. No, that's good to know. Sure. I think NewVote will be up there in one of the top results. So if you've had that page load successfully, you'll see an infographic. And you can zoom around that infographic if you need to understand. Yours is not loaded yet. Who's loaded? Yeah, we've got some, oh, that's a few hands. I want to see more hands. Show me NewVote is loaded. That's better. Yes, good, okay. So, in that infographic, the first diagram is an overview of what NewVote is. On the left-hand side, the people are engaged, empowered, and heard. On the right-hand side, the leaders get data that is timely, verified, and insightful. This platform is real-time, it's secure, and it's secret. It's issue-based online voting, and we use many tools, Wikipedia style, to help inform the users of the app. The next part of the infographic is our phase 1, which is where we are now, and what we are trying to do is allow online, direct, and deliberative democracy for any organisation. Phase 2 is our vision of NewVote, and it includes all people, all jurisdictions, all politicians, and all parties. And you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner a comparison tool, so we can look back on the issues that you've voted on and give you a recommendation as to who best reflects your views. So our organisation is an independent, non-partisan, non-profit, registered charity in Australia. We are open source and we are education and research focused. Under that infographic, you'll find the image of the Global Forum and the words sneak peek. Click on that, please. Can you raise your phone when you have yes, you have it. Thank you very much, Danielle. Who else has UQ votes appearing on their screen? This is good, this is good. So you are the first people in the world to see this. This is going to be launched in 2 weeks' time at the University of Queensland, which is my alma mater, and it is the sort of prestige university of Queensland, at least. It has 52,000 students. At the last election, only 28% of those students voted at the election. It's optional. They are enticed with a $5 voucher from the cafeteria to vote, and yet 70% of them do not do so. So there is a strong signal there that the students are disillusioned with the administration. My research suggests that they do not think that the administration cares about them once they have voted them in. The administration has 1 year and there is no mechanism to punish them, because every year it's just a new group, it's a new president, and that is democracy at UQ. So I want you to just have a fiddle around this platform. You'll see that at this stage I've only put one issue on there, which is no smoking at UQ. The University of Queensland decided on the 1st of July to impose a ban on smoking across the entire campus. That is, that people have to walk from wherever they are to literally outside the campus in order to smoke. That might not sound like much, but the campus is large. To walk from one side to the other would take you 20 minutes. So there are some concerns about this, right? There's health concerns here, there's safety concerns here, there is human right concern here. So it's a meaty topic, it's a nuanced topic, And at the moment, the options are smoking ban or not smoking ban. And I like to think that there are more options than that, perhaps smoking areas. So if you look through the app, you'll see that we have broken it into issues, goals, and solutions. If you can't see that, press the three lines on the top left-hand corner, and that will bring up the sidebar, and you'll see topics, issues, goals, and solutions. The topics is simply a way of collecting those issues into understandable categories. So if you find your way to that issue, the non-smoking issue, you will find an information summary at the beginning of that. That is a Wikipedia, that is a wiki-style information summary, so anybody can contribute to that, and we get the thousand eyes effect. If you look through the components, there's several there, and starting at the bottom you'll see media, which is any student could put up an article or a meme or a journal or a video which would contribute, and people can like that, and we can get a sense from the crowd as to what is the best media. You'll also find endorsements. The idea is that the parties will endorse particular goals and solutions. So people will be able to tell who it is that supports which particular goal and solution. You'll see that there is something, it's not called events, what have I called it? Meetup. And it is, the idea is that if we have a debate or if there is some sort of event around the election, then we can put that event on there so that there's a central location that people can find. Now, the next one up is very important. It's called Where Do I Stand? And what I've done here is I have put an app called Pol.is, not P-O-L-Y-S, as my friend on the left here, but Pol.is, which is an American app, but it's been used rather successfully in Taiwan for a number of issues. And if you can see that right now, you will also be able to see 10 statements, which I've added this morning. They are statements of opinion about democracy. So you can agree or you can disagree with that statement. And once 10 of you have done that, a visual representation of the groups and of your answers will appear magically belowhand. And you'll be able to see what group you fit into. Just a note here, you won't be able to sign into the platform, but you will be able to use this, Where Do I Stand? And I hope at least 10 of you will go through those questions so that the visualization will activate, okay? And then once it activates, at the bottom of the visualization, you'll see a number of options. You can see Group A, Group B, possibly Group C. You can see the statements that they agree with and that they disagree with. And the magic button is Majority Opinion, which allows you to see the consensus that is formed across all groups. And then ultimately you vote on goals and solutions. So goals are the ideal state that you're trying to achieve, and solutions are the concrete steps that you can take to get there. There are further components that we can add. I would like to add take action, for example, so that we can get crowdsourced links to further steps that you could take, perhaps local campaigns, in order to further an issue that you care about. We provide this information to our leaders so that they, without question, know what their informed citizens wish for them to do. How have I gone for time? Perfect. I'll leave you there, and if you have any questions, of course, I'll be very happy to answer them.